Hey guys, this video is going to be a review of The Guardian by Nicholas Sparks, and I just finished this book last night, and I'm still feeling like kind of, I don't know the word, but I feel like I should probably like wait to film this review, but I feel if I do that, cannot talk. I feel like if I do that, then I'll completely forget about it and put it off, so we're doing it right now. So I read A Walk to Remember maybe 2 months ago and hated it. And it'd been the first Nicholas Sparks that I had read in at least 2 or 3 years. And I'd liked his books that I read before that, but it had been so long ago, and then I didn't like A Walk to Remember, so I wasn't sure how I would feel about The Guardian. And then the back of the book, the summary on the back, the very last sentence is, "Instead, Julie is soon fighting for her life in a nightmare spawned by a chilling deception and jealousy so poisonous that it has become a murderous desire." And I read that because I had no clue what this book was about except what it said on the back. And I read that and I was like, okay, that sounds kind of creepy and not like a Nicholas Sparks book. So I wasn't really sure what to expect because it doesn't really give much away as to what exactly is going on by that description. But it sounds really dark. I mean, chilling deception and jealousy so poisonous and murderous desire and all of that. So I was kind of like, okay, I don't really know what this book is about, but that sounds a lot darker than any Nicholas Sparks book that I have read before. So I wasn't really sure what to expect from this book or what it would be about. It turns out, and this is a slight spoiler for the story, but not for the ending or anything, I'm going to warn you because it's more than what the summary gives away, but it isn't really. It comes in fairly close to the beginning and it's what the entire story is about. Julie's husband has died, I don't know how many years ago, 4 years ago, and he gave her a dog, a Great Dane, before he died. And she's just started dating again, and she has this best friend named Mike, who is also her husband's best friend, and he likes her. She kind of likes him, but she's confused because he was her husband's best friend, and is that betraying her husband and all that. So she goes on some dates with this guy named Richard, and then decides that she really needs to give Mike a chance because she has feelings for him, and her husband wouldn't care because, like, if they're supposed to be together and they're happy together and whatnot. So she stops seeing Richard to see Mike, her husband's old best friend, her best friend, all of that. And her and Mike start a relationship. Well, turns out that the Richard guy was insane, and he starts stalking her. And that's what the entire book is about. So she's in a relationship with Mike and Richard stalking her. And what's interesting is Nicholas Sparks books are usually all romance, but honestly, the romance is not the main aspect of this book at all. Like, Mike and Julie are together and everything for the majority of the book, but their relationship is not the focus of the story. The entire focus of the story is Richard stalking Julie, and that's like what the entire story is about, which was not what I was expecting, but it was actually a pleasant surprise. Not pleasant as in the stalking was good, but I got really into it. It's the only book I've ever read that really dealt with stalking, at least I can remember, and it wasn't. You have to understand that I get scared of things really easily, and as I was reading it, it keeps getting like worse and worse as time goes on, like in the story, and I kept thinking, like, if this gets too bad, I'm probably going to have to stop reading this book, because I read the good majority of it at night, and it was dark, and I was like, if this keeps getting worse, I'm not going to be able to sleep, and I'm going to have to stop reading it. And I never reached that point. It never got creepy enough to me that I had to stop reading, but it was definitely a bit creepy, not scary, but creepy, and really intense towards the end. But what I really liked was that there were actually, like, I don't want to say that I think of Nicholas Sparks books as like shallow, but I kind of do in a way, in the fact that they're like light. This one was not, and there was a lot of stuff that like tied together at the end that suddenly I realized why they were earlier in the books, like a lot of foreshadowing. that I suddenly got at the end of the book that seemed insignificant earlier, and I was really impressed with that. Like, there is some good foreshadowing in this book, and I really liked that aspect of the story. So now that I've rambled for a while, I'm going to actually shut up now. I recommend this book though. I really liked it. It was not what I was expecting for Nicholas Sparks' book, but I really liked it, and I recommend it, and I will see you guys later.